In the earlier lectures, the discussion was around the osmotic pressure and how it is related with the relative lowering in the vapor pressure. Osmosis, you know very well, whenever a solution is in contact with the solvent in which the solute has been dissolved or solution has been prepared, then pure solvent crosses from one side to the another side. When these two solutions, they are separated by a semi-permeable membrane. How much excess of pressure that must be applied to the solution side so that there is no inflow of the solvent molecule from the solvent to the solution side, that is termed as the osmotic pressure. Here the pure solvent is in the second chamber and solution, it is solvent, same solvent plus non-volatile solute is in the first chamber, and this is the semi-permeable membrane which is separating these two, and generally it is made of the copper ferrocyanide. It depends upon the type of molecules which are allowed or not allowed, or which are impermeable from the semi-permeable membrane. When copper ferrocyanide semi-permeable membrane is used, it is used mostly for the, you can say, smaller ions not to cross through the semi-permeable membrane. When larger molecules they are being required to not to pass through the semi-permeable membrane, mostly the parchment membrane or animal membranes that are used. Earlier it was already discussed that cellulose, acetate cellulose, nitrate or animal membranes, these are used as a semi-permeable membranes. Now it is found that osmotic pressure pi, it is found to be proportional to the concentration. How much concentration of the solution is there, that determines the osmotic pressure. If lesser is the concentration, osmotic pressure will be less, and if more is the concentration, osmotic pressure will be more. Since concentration is inversely proportional to the volume, it is how many grams dissolved per liter of the solution. So generally grams, how much amount is dissolved, that is being constant. The volume, if varied, concentration will vary. Then it is pi is also found to proportional to the inverse of the volume. It is, or if you take this to the this side, it is pi v is equal to constant. See, this is similar to the Boyle's law, pv equal to constant or pi v equal to constant. It is also noticed that osmotic pressure is directly proportional to temperature. Less temperature पे कम होगा, high temperature पे ज़्यादा होगा. It is also found that osmotic pressure, it is directly proportional to the number of moles of the solute dissolved. अगर weight या number of moles उसके vary करेंगे तो automatically osmotic pressure जो वो vary करेगा. If you collect all them, then pi is found to be proportional to N2 into T divided by V, or it is pi V is equal to N2 into RT. This relation can be rewritten as pi is equal to N2 upon V into R2, RT. N2 is the number of moles, V is the volume of the solution. So number of moles per liter of the solution, that is termed as the concentration. So it means pi is equal to CRT. So that relation is similar to the Boyle's law, PV equal ideal gas equation, or you can say it is P is equal to N upon B into RT. N are the number of moles, B is the volume of the material, whatever it is, whether it is gas or solution. So that is the equation for the gaseous state. This equation is for the solution. Or you can modify it as concentration. It is how many grams dissolved, it is M2, that is the molar mass of this, so that is the number of moles, and divided by V, that is again similar. Now how to derive this chemical, you can equation pi is equal to CRT, that is the bent Hoff equation, with the help of the chemical potential. Let us see that. So here you are looking toward a picture in which one side is the solution side and other side is the solvent side. I think it is very much obvious which is solution and which is solvent. Since here the red portion only, it means it is solvent. Here red and blue, it means it is a solution. Before osmosis, when osmosis has not been taken place, then chemical potential of the solvent it is differing in the two sides. एक जो वो solution side है, एक जो वो solvent side है. Solvent side से जो है वो solvent के molecule solution side को क्रॉस करेंगे. इसका मतलब chemical potential जो है वो solvent side ज्यादा है और solution side कम है. किस चीज का? केवल solvent का. किसका? Solvent का. यहाँ दो component हैं. There are two component. One is solute, another is the solvent. Only solvent is moving, so it is solvent's chemical potential that is being considered. So chemical potential of the solvent, it is more this side, it is less this side. So it is mu1A in the solvent side is more than the mu1 in the solution side. When osmosis has been taken place, then chemical potential of the solvent becomes equal in both sides. इसका मतलब chemical potential जो वेरी कर रहा है, solvent side ज्यादा है जहां से movement है, solution side कम है. जैसे ही osmosis हो जाएगा, दोनों साइड के chemical potential क्या हो जाएंगे? Equal हो जाएंगे. Both will equalize when osmosis has been taken place. So chemical potential is taken as a function of the temperature and pressure here. It is equal to mu1b T into P plus pi. Why? How I have written this? This is the chemical potential of the one side, solvent side. That is the chemical potential of the solution side. Excess of pressure we have to apply along the solution side. तो उसमें pressure थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा चाहिए. P plus pi. Pi here it is the osmotic pressure. Now if I take, this happens after osmosis, not it is before osmosis. Before osmosis it is greater than. Mu1 is taken as the function of temperature, pressure and the mole fraction. If I write the differential of the chemical potential, then it is d mu1 that is equal to curly mu1 upon curly t, p and x2 constant, multiplied by dt. In the same sense, it is differential with the p, it is differential with respect to the x1, x1, 1, all they are linked with the solvent, nothing more. Now if you take the temperature as constant, then differential dt will be equal to 0. So see here mu1 it is x1 that is equal to 0. Also we know mu1 is equal to mu1 not RT ln x1. If you differentiate it with respect to the x1, it is mu naught that is constant, differential is 0. So RT ln x1 differential is 1 by x1. So it is equal to RT divided by x1. And differential of chemical potential with respect to the pressure, it is equal to partial molar volume. So here it is for the solvent only, so it is being taken as V1 naught. Instead of writing bar over, I have taken here V1 naught, that is the partial molar volume of the solvent. Now we are having the value of curly mu upon curly x1. Various components are here. So we are having the value regarding this factor also, regarding this factor also, and that is being taken equal to 0. So we can substitute the value here in order to determine all the in order to determine the du mu1 that is equal to 0. It is molar volume of the solvent multiplied by dp. It is RTX1 into dx1. If you further modify this equation, it is du mu1 is equal to b1 naught into dp. It is RT d ln x1. Because differential of ln x1 it is equal to 1 by x1 into dx1. Let us further modify it by integrating. So it is being integrated within the limits p to p plus pi. So d mu1 differential and b1 integral of dp, it is rt dln x1. So when we integrate it, it is chemical potential of the solvent at temperature T and P plus pi. Temperature is constant, may and may not be mentioned, minus mu1 at temperature T and P. So one is solution side, another is the solvent side. That is equal to V1 naught. It is simply P. So it is upper limit P plus pi minus P, and that is RT. It is dx. So ln x1 is the integral. But when the values are substituted, upper limit is x1, that's okay. Lower limit is ln1. So log 1 is 0, that is not being written here. From here, as the osmosis is over, these two terms, they are equal. So I am taking this whole term equal to the 0. So substitute this value here. We will get V1 naught pi, it is equal to minus RT ln x1. क्योंकि पहली दो टर्म 0 हो गई, अगले में P प्लस पाई माइनस पाई था, वहां से P कैंसल आउट हो गया और माइनस RT ln x1 वन साइड, एक साइड दूसरी साइड ले जाएंगे तो माइनस का साइन आ जाएगा यहां पर. सो दैट इज द रिजल्ट फ्रॉम हियर. नाउ लेट अस फर्दर मॉडिफाई इट. Since that is the mole fraction of the solvent, it can be changed into solute by changing into 1 minus x2. Then using the corollary that when x2 it is less than 1, then log of 1 minus x is equal to minus x. So it is minus x2 that is being substituted here. So minus minus goes, it is b1 naught pi that is equal to RT x2. Now let us see about the b1 naught pi that is equal to x2. x2 is mole fraction. Mole fraction means number of moles per total moles. लेकिन सॉल्वेंट की कंसंट्रेशन ज्यादा है डाइल्यूट सॉल्यूशन के लिए ये, तो n1 प्लस n2 के लिए केवल n1 लिखा हुआ है. n1 प्लस n2 होना चाहिए, लेकिन लिखा गया है यहां पर n1 बिकॉज n1 प्लस n2 दैट इज नियरली इक्वल टू n1. सो एक्सचेंज n1 नाउ the further modified at n1 b1 naught pi that is equal to n2 into RT. Now let us determine the value of this factor here. What about this one? If I take the total molar volume, that is equal to n1 are the number of moles of first component, b1 naught is the partial volume of solvent, it is n2 are the number of moles of solute, b2 naught is the partial molar volume of the solute. Since n2 is very very less than n1, so B is nearly equal to n1 b1 naught. That term is the negligible term that can be neglected from the addition. So volume that is equal to n1 b1 naught. So in the further equation, let us substitute this value. We will get B into pi that is equal to n2 into RT, and when further it is modified, pi is equal to n2 upon BRT, it is pi equal to CRT. So that is the equation for the osmotic pressure, and this equation is the Van't Hoff equation for dilute solutions. So there is a mention of this Van't Hoff equation in your book, in your syllabus. So that is the Van't Hoff equation, pi is equal to C2 into RT. So this is also the derivation. When it comes in the examination in a very simple way, 1 number or 2 number question, you can simply say that pi is proportional to the concentration, pi is proportional to the temperature, so pi is equal to CRT. But when it is 3 marks question, you have to derive it by the way of the chemical potentials. Since it contains the C2 term, so this is also helpful in calculating the molar mass of the solute. So if pi is determined by the experimental way, W2 will be known, R is known, T temperature will be known, volume will be known. So M2 can be calculated. From this colligative property, we can also calculate the molar mass of the unknown solute. Let us see how we can determine the this molar mass of the solute when the concentration is more or solutions which are not dilute. The above equation, it is applicable, Bent-Off equation, when solutions are very dilute. But when they are not dilute, we have to little modify this equation. And how the modification is done, pi that is written as RT upon M2, it is W2 upon B, which is above equation. Further, it can be written as C2, it is weight of the component per unit volume, that means gram per liter, that is the strength or that is the concentration. This equation can be changed into the Virial equation, and that Virial equation is shown here. It is pi is equal to RT upon M2, C2 is as it is. So first term it is constant, so that is the constant A, you can say, into C2 plus constant B into C2 square plus constant C into C2 का cube plus constant D. In this way, that is the Virial equation. दो ही component लिए हैं Virial equation में इसमें. So that is the C2 raised to power 1 and it is C2 raised to power 2. Now take C2 to that side. We will have, it is pi upon C2, that is equal to, that becomes the constant term A plus B into C2. Now let us plot this pi upon C2 versus the concentration. So that is the plot here which shows variation of pi upon C2 versus C2. तो कंसंट्रेशन जीरो तक तो नहीं है, लेकिन पर्टिकुलर लोअर कंसंट्रेशन तक हम इसको प्लॉट कर सकते हैं. Then that straight line is extrapolated here. The slope of the line, it is given as V because the equation is y equal to mx plus c. This becomes the intercept. Which one? This from here to here, that is the intercept. So intercept की value जो है, that is RT upon M2. So it means it is the limiting case when C2 tends to 0, pi upon C2 it tends to equal to RT upon M2. तो ग्राफ प्लॉट करके ये वैल्यू रीड की जा सकती है. विच वैल्यू? This value from the graph can be read and that can be made equal to the RT upon M2. R की वैल्यू नॉन होगी, T की वैल्यू नॉन होगी, ग्राफ से RT अपॉन MT की वैल्यू आ गई है, तो यहां से आप M2 की वैल्यू जो है वो कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. So easily M2 can be evaluated. So that is Virial equation, extension of the Bent-Off equation in the case when the concentration of the solution it is more. Now let us see further how osmotic pressure and the lowering in the vapor pressure, they are interconnected with each other. Not relative lowering, it is lowering in the vapor pressure, means comparison of the vapor pressure of the pure solvent as well as vapor pressure of the solution side. Again, make the suppositions here. Chemical potential of the pure solvent, suppose it is equal to mu naught. Then it is mu plus delta mu. Since the chemical potential of the solution is less, तो डेल्टा म्यू फैक्टर मैंने ले लिया, म्यू प्लस डेल्टा म्यू फैक्टर, दैट इज द केमिकल पोटेंशियल ऑफ द सॉल्यूशन. नाउ फ्रॉम हियर when osmosis has been taken place, then mu naught should be equal to mu plus delta mu. So let us calculate the difference of the chemical potential of the both sides for solvent. It becomes minus delta mu is equal to mu minus mu naught. That is the difference of the chemical potential from the solution side and from the solvent side. Solvent side का chemical potential ज्यादा है तो automatically value क्या आएगी? Negative आएगी. Also we know that chemical potential of the for a component can be written as, it is chemical potential of the solution, that is chemical potential of the pure solvent plus RT ln A is the activity. Further, activity can be written as, or it is mu minus mu naught, that is RT ln A, a little bit modification, and minus delta mu is equal to RT ln A. Further, it is minus delta mu, that activity is written as vapor pressure of solution side divided by vapor pressure of pure solvent. And we also know that variation of chemical potential with respect to the pressure is equal to partial molar volume. So that is the variation of chemical potential. Let us separate the variables. It is d mu is equal to v var into dp, and integrated within the limits mu to mu plus delta mu d mu, and b var p to p plus pi into dp. So when integral is solved, it is mu plus delta mu minus mu, because the integral will be the value mu upper limit and lower limit, that is equal to b var, it is p into pi. So p goes with the p, we are left with the pi here. So further, if modified, delta mu is equal to b var into pi. Here we are also having the value of the delta mu. So both these equations can be correlated with the each other, because both the equations they contain the delta mu term here. तो दोनों को जो वो कोरिलेट जो वो किया जा सकता है. So here minus b naught pi, b naught or b var pi, that is partial molar volume, that is equal to RT ln P upon P naught. Adjusting the negative sign, तो नेगेटिव साइन को एडजस्ट करने के लिए जो ये पी नॉट ऊपर ले गया और पी नीचे आ जाए, रेज टू पावर -1 हो जाएगा और माइनस माइनस आपस में कैंसल आउट हो जाएंगी. नो फर्दर इट इज पाई इज इक्वल टू आर टी अपॉन बी वार नॉट, और इट इज एल एन पी नॉट अपॉन पी. सो दैट इज द लॉरिंग इन द वेपर प्रेशर, बिकॉज दिस रिलेट टू द सॉल्वेंट, दिस रिलेट टू द सोल्यूशन. Further modified, pi is equal to RT upon B naught. Why B naught being taken? Above one is the partial molar volume of the solution. So it is B bar for the solution, partial molar volume for the solution. Since solute is very very less, so that can be taken as partial molar volume of the solvent. So that is why I have placed here B naught instead of the B var. So that is the relation between the osmotic pressure and the relative lowering in the vapor pressure. The remaining we will discuss in the next lecture.